So today I want to go over everything you need to know to landing a job or an internship at the Walt Disney Company. And currently right now I'm a professional intern as a product and franchise strategy intern out here in Walt Disney World in Orlando. And it definitely wasn't easy landing this role. It probably took me more than 15 plus applications to landing my first internship at Disney. So I wanted to go over the things that I learned during my application process. And now that I'm finally in the company and my team's hiring for so many different roles and they're going over what they're looking for in these applicants, I wanted to go over those details to share with you today. And there's really 4 main points that I want to go over that are specific for the Walt Disney Company. And the Walt Disney Company, when it comes to applying for a job, they're very different from other traditional corporations. So let's go over those today. And with my first point, I'll start off with the bad news too. It's brutally hard to landing an internship or job at the Walt Disney Company. So let me explain. So starting off, you're already at a disadvantage. So let's start off with internships. So when you're applying for these internships, Disney prioritizes their Disney College program students first to landing these internships. So they're more likely to land an interview, which is probably the hardest part with landing an internship or a job, landing that first interview. And you probably noticed when you're applying for a Disney job that they ask, have you worked for the company or have you been a Disney College program student? So if you click this, they're automatically gonna flag your application. And this is Disney trying to be loyal to their employees, that they already did the Disney College program, which is a pipeline to landing an internship. And once you finally land an internship, you're more likely to land a job within the company. So highly recommend looking into that Disney College program if you have the opportunity to do that. And your second disadvantage, like what I said, Disney really has its loyalty as like a high priority. So with this, you see a lot of job postings that they get posted first internally. And sometimes these job postings are only internal postings. And then there's also deliberations whether they want the hire to be internal or external. And with Disney, there's a ton of internal transfers. It's kind of the norm with this company, which is not normal for most companies, that a lot of people are just moving job to job, whether that's for promotion, whether they want to try something new. So Disney, it's a company where people are consistently moving laterally to different positions. So that makes external hires at a disadvantage. And that's just the brutal reality of things when trying to apply to Disney. It's very hard to get your foot inside the door, but once you're in, you're in. And I'm getting pretty thirsty right now. Comment down below your opinion on kombucha. Okay, quick timeout as I edit this video. So unfortunately, 2 more disadvantages when applying for Disney careers. The first one being for internships specifically. So when applying for these internships, you're not only competing with external candidates, fortunately, you're also competing with current Disney interns right now. And it's a complete disadvantage because if you're a current Disney intern, you have a Disney email. So when you're applying for an internship, you could easily get the recruiter's contact info and also schedule coffee chats with people on the team that you want to join. So it's an extreme advantage and makes getting an internship even more harder. And then secondly, when applying for full-time jobs, so people at the company, they usually work at the company for decades. People don't really leave, and that makes job openings at Disney pretty rare. So, and that's just because, like, objectively working at Disney, it's a great job. It's a great work-life balance, and if you're really passionate about the company, it makes working your day-to-day not even feel like a job, because if you're so passionate about the company, it makes working there very easy. So just wanted to mention those 2 points, and back to the video. Okay, moving on to the second point, referrals matter. So currently right now I'm applying for full-time roles for the company, and thankfully being inside the company, I could refer myself. So I've already referred myself to a few positions, and when I did that, the next day I got a call back for an interview. So referrals are consequential for applying to these roles. So that means making connections with people that are already working at the company, whether that's alumni from your school, people that you're reaching out on LinkedIn. So you already have to be making these connections. So when a job opening opens up for a role that you want, you already are well connected with someone on that team, so they could refer you to that role. So referrals at Disney, they do matter. A lot of other companies, they don't really matter. It's still just as hard to getting the first round interview, but from my experience so far and what I've seen, getting that referral does make a difference. So moving on to my third point, all job applications at Disney are on a rolling basis. So that means you want to apply as soon as possible when that job comes out. So that that might mean stalking the Disney career website every day to see if the job that you're interested in is posted. Or you could just have your notifications on, either or. But you want to make sure that you're getting your applications in a timely manner because you don't know how fast they want to move on with the process to fill in that role. So try to apply as soon as possible. And with my last point, and maybe the most important point as well, it's purely a numbers game when applying for a job at Disney. You could have the best qualifications, feel that you check every single box on the job requirements, and still not get an interview. So it took me about 15 plus applications to landing an internship at Disney. Although I had multiple internships, I felt like I was very well qualified. It took me a while till landing my first job at Disney. But despite all the rejection, don't let it deter you. You just need one application to go through to landing an interview and hopefully landing your first job at Disney. So just keep applying to as many roles as possible because once you finally get your foot in the door, it's a lot easier to lateral into a role that you're maybe more interested into. That's what a lot of people do here at Disney. So just keep applying and hopefully one gets through. So those are 4 things you need to know about applying for Disney internships and also for Disney jobs as well. Every company is very different. But one thing that's very specific to Disney is that they have loyalty as one of their values. So that's why you see a lot of Disney college program people and also a lot of internal people that are already in the company landing most of their jobs. And if you found this video helpful, don't be shy on clicking the like button and also maybe consider subscribing as well if you want to, of course. But with that, I'll see you guys in the next video hopefully, and peace out.